This is going to be a throwback episode. Welcome to Tavern Talk.
Hey!
That's right, everybody. We are a full spoiler live talk show based on the big fantasy series, The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. My name is Ryan. Joining me as always is Jansen the Gleeman, my brother Dan, and special guest DT, all the way up from Canada. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We have a special show for you tonight. This is old school, the way of the leaf. We have nothing planned. We were gonna take the show off, but brother Dan was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be at Jansen's house. This is the last minute throw together. Let's just pal around. We're gonna interact. We want chat to be a huge part of this. We are just here to hang out with you all, celebrate what we've been doing, and you know what? We don't like missing Sundays, so we're just gonna say, let's do it. Let's have fun." I want to say hi to DT. DT? Thank you for joining us last minute.
Yeah,
well, super last minute. I had no plans. I sent you a joke. I'm like, send me the StreamYard link. I just want to say hi. Oh, we have no plans. We're going to do a show. I'm like, well, no plans. That sounds like it's the right fit for me. I'm on the show.
Yeah. Your shirt's amazing. Like, is this a sports team? What are we representing?
It is, yeah. Oh, I'm a big Formula One fan. And today, well, I guess it was literally last night in Melbourne, Australia. But for me, this morning when I woke up, I turned on the first Formula One race of the year. So I put on my McLaren shirt. Not that I cheer for one team particularly necessarily. I just really like the sport. So
are they teams? I thought they're in. Are they teams?
Yes.
Okay.
There are 11 different teams in Formula One, and every team has 2 drivers. So you'd think they're teammates, but the neat thing about Formula One is like your biggest rival is your teammate, because if you can't beat your teammate, like they're the only 2 guys who have the same car on the track are you and your teammate. Everyone else has different cars built by different manufacturers. So really, you better beat your teammate. So it's kind of a weird dynamic.
Oh, wait. You would think they would like work together to make sure at least one of them wins. Like,
well, they do. They do work together.
Yeah.
There are team orders, and they do split strategies and stuff like that. There's certainly a strategy component about it, but and there are 2 championships in Formula One. There's what they call the Constructors Championship. So you've got your team trophy, which team does the best. But like in the case last year, Red Bull, for example, had Max Verstappen do incredibly well, and their second driver do garbage. So they won. They got really close to winning the driver championship, which is the best driver, but they did not even come close on the team, 4th. So there's like 2 different championships, and like I said, if they're all vying for a better seat next year, these drivers, there's only 22 Formula One drivers, and if you can't beat your teammate, it's like, God, you got to be the top dog in your own team, right? Like it's a weird dynamic that's just
talk about a competition drive, man.
Yeah, wow. It's neat. So
are they like all sponsored? Is there like Team Smashburger?
Maybe
there might
be one day. It's all based on the manufacturer of the vehicle, correct? There's like the Mercedes team, the Ferrari team, etc. Right?
Well, yes, there are certain manufacturer teams like Mercedes and Ferrari, correct? Red Bull also makes its own powertrains now. So does Audi. This is their first year, so Audi makes their own. Other teams like McLaren, they are a customer team of Mercedes, so they buy a Mercedes engine, but they do handle all their own aerodynamic developments. And last year, McLaren won both the constructors and the drivers with a Mercedes engine and beat Mercedes. So, interestingly enough,
that's cool. That's cool. All right, literally, DT, you're literally the only person I know who has ever talked to me about this sport. That's great. I love driving games. Do you like driving games?
Me too. Yeah, that's why I like racing. Driving games, when I used to play video games, like I'd throw almost all the other games away. Like I bought a Nintendo 64 once, and I bought Mario Kart 64, and I never bought another game for that system. I only ever played fucking Mario Kart. So when we got the new Wii, I bought the Mario Kart game and a few others that I never played, but I played the Mario Kart game. I used to play Need for Speed on the PC. I was always into racing games. There's something about it that gets me, and I still there's now great racing simulators. So I've been recently I went to like the golf simulator stores that they have or whatever. You can go do golf simulators. They often have a couple of Formula One simulators too, so you can buy like half-hour time slots to go race like a 2008.
Did you see Gran Turismo?
Yeah, I've played it, but I haven't played it in a long time.
Did you see the film?
Oh no, nope.
I'd watch that. If I were you, especially, I would watch that.
I should watch that.
Well, the guy that plays Rand is the bad guy who drives the McLaren.
Oh, wow. I think we need to watch along, boys.
He drives a golden McLaren.
All right, speaking of McLaren, the McLarens of Wheel of Time live podcasting, let's bring in Josh.
Oh,
hey guys. Hey. Long time no see.
Hey, Josh, good to see you, man.
Likewise. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Good. I grew up around a very avid F1 uncle.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah, I have a lot of familiarity with it. It's not something I follow as an adult, but definitely something I grew up spending a lot of time thinking about. I've been to Daytona 500, Sebring 24 Hours. Like I've been to some F1 stuff in St. Pete as a kid.
Very nice.
I see a lot of races in person, but it's just not something I've carried with me into my adulthood.
Sure. And you know what? Races in person are a whole different animal. They're very expensive. Totally. I do enjoy them. My daughter and my daughter really loves Formula One too, strangely enough. She's 23. Mm-hmm. So last year she graduated university, and for a university gift to her for graduating, we did, I took her to Hungary to go see the Grand Prix, Formula One Grand Prix there in August. And the reason I chose Hungary, oddly enough, as a Canadian, the Hungary Grand Prix, after I priced everything out, I got more, and it was $1,000 less than me driving 6 hours to go to the Montreal.
Wow.
That's wild.
So I was like, let's go.
I think that's partially cost of living and how far the dollar goes somewhere like Hungary.
It is. It's incredible. So that was a great experience going there for a race. I've been to Montreal before. Those are the only two I've been to. But
so I've been to a couple things. The Long Beach Grand Prix, I don't think that's F1, but it's open wheel.
No,
right?
It's open wheel, yeah.
And Indianapolis 500 probably.
And in Detroit, there's the Detroit Grand Prix. And those, I went. So the Detroit one, I went to the day before. They were doing like the tryouts and the warm ups or whatever. They're the qualifiers. I think it was.
Yep.
And you could stand like right. We were on like these hairpin turns, and the sound that these vehicles were making as they were downshifting is like.
Yeah, yeah.
It was so amazing hearing these cars go, but it's only for like about 2 seconds,
And they're gone.
and then they're gone. And then
If even, I mean, sometimes it's less than that, depending on where you are on the track.
so
I know.
if you're a fan of the sport, is it really a good spectator sport to go?
Well, there's 24 races. You're never going to go to all 24 anyway. Enjoy 23 of them on the screen, and it's a very different experience to be there.
Experience, yeah.
Yeah, and it's usually a whole weekend pass. They are very expensive. Like I think our tickets were $1,900 each for the weekend. But you're there for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all day, different things going on every day. And there's also different, I watched all the F2 races. I watched all the F3 races. And like one of the drivers from the F2 race that I watched is now in F1. Like you're watching the up and comers. And if you really get into it, there's a lot of value there. But you're right. It is very, don't. I was saying I'm going to get just whiplash just watching them go by. But it's,
I was going to say, like, how are you following anything? How do you follow?
We had good seats. We were right across from the pits in a covered area, which is nice if it happens to piss around. But it was really fun to be able to watch the pits happen and stuff like that. You'd see the teams all come out and change the tires. Like it was just fun. It is certainly, it's not something like I know that next year I'm not going to races. They're too much money. And you're right. It's with the quality of entertainment production now on the television, you don't have to go there. You can watch a race on the weekend. It's amazing. And then you can as soon as it's over, turn off and barbecue lunch for your family. It's kind of nice.
Hell yeah. Or barbecue your family for lunch.
Yeah.
There's that.
There's that. I mean, like,
Ryan, don't reveal your pastimes, please.
Well, no, speaking of pastimes, I'd like to, Ryan, can you talk about
Okay. Oh, well, hey, neat. I think his current name is Naven.
Oh, it's not Stanley?
No, yeah, we might move away from Stanley, but yeah, it might be Naven from The Jerk. He's like Steve Martin's character from The Jerk. And it's like, all right, so yeah, like last Monday we just came back from like going down south. That's why we didn't have a show on Friday or Sunday because everyone, all the family was in Southern California. Yeah, for a niece's wedding.
It was so great seeing you.
It was great. Yeah. Well, I mean, my pleasure. You can always see me and enjoy it. So yeah, so like we go down south and then we come back on Monday. Chrissa runs an errand, basically comes back. There's Chrissa.
Sup?
Hi, Chrissa.
And finds a dog in our yard.
Whoa!
This dog, and here he is.
Hello, little man.
This is Naven.
So these dogs are expensive dogs, Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh,
these are
yeah.
not
Okay,
like cheap dogs.
She's beautiful.
I know you get.
Oh.
What kind of is this? A Boston Terrier?
That was me.
It's a French. It's a French
bulldog.
Bulldog. Yeah.
You know what, you guys? I just thought about something that's really funny, but very interesting. And this is something that I think we might be able to talk about quickly because I'm seeing a dog, and I just thought about the two rivers. And do you know that the gene pool of women who could challenge is so strong there? I don't think I think that might be why we never heard of a dog in the two rivers.
Oh.
We only heard of cats.
We never heard of a dog? No one had. Interesting.
No, and remember, Scratch was the one in the Wine Spring Inn.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Why would? Yeah. Why wouldn't Tam have a dog?
I mean, the dogs we hear about are the dark hounds.
Yeah, but
Right,
we always hear
evil.
about the Tinkers that had dogs. They had those big
mastiffs, bull mastiffs
that the White Cloaks actually killed in the Two Rivers.
Mm-hmm.
In the Gathering Storm.
Right.
And we never hear about anyone who had a dog or a hound.
Master
And
Luhan has dogs.
this is
Wadaholic.
this is a place of farmers and
Yeah, dogs would be a
shepherds,
part of their culture.
and we don't hear anything about that.
That's amazing. And in fact, doesn't in the White Tower they mention that like, yeah, we're not a big fan of dogs, but cats. There's a lot of cats and that sort of shit.
There was a thing about the cats that they can
You
sense
farted.
handlers. And
Yeah, it was a big fart.
Right. So dogs. What is it about dogs in the One Power? Let's go into that because there was
Sidar. It's dogs and Sidar. Because remember when we had who was it? What was it? What was her name? Tovine Gazelle, after she had got captured. She gets almost molested by an entire group of dogs in the Black Tower, and all of the maids and washwomen shooed them away. And she was surprised because she found out that they knew she was an Aes Sedai, captured there by the Ashima. So there were a ton of dogs in the Black Tower. We don't hear about any cats though. And I remember she said to Tovine, "You get along, Aes Sedai. I'd love myself a cat, but they won't abide the husband now." That's exactly what she said.
so cats
Yeah!
like Sidar and dogs like Sidene.
They like
Interesting.
Sidene. Yeah, they're attracted to Sidene, and cats are not. It just, another way Robert Jordan showed that Sidar and Sidene were as different as cats and dogs,
Weren't we just talking about this backstage briefly, Jansen, and your uncanny ability to just pull out relevant information out of 4.5 million words?
right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's incredible. You're right. I do recall that, but only because you mentioned it. Incredible.
Yeah, man. Like, so that's
See,
that's one of the
Jordan
things.
thought of that. He's
That's
like, let's make dogs and cats a thing. He pulled literally
Right.
from every like culture and religion and race and dogs and cats. Fit it in.
So let's go further into the dogs thing. I know that we have farmers' dogs where Rand and Matt are the dogs will chase them off of a farm.
Mhm.
We have stray dogs in Kyrian and Tyr, I think.
Yes. And then we also have the dogs in the waste, which are pretty much like African wild dogs. They talk about that in Gathering Storm. When Rand sees them, he didn't know what to mention. He said they look like dogs with bits and pieces from different parts. And
There are no dogs with the IEL.
No.
There's stone dogs.
Or the sea folk, obviously.
Obviously, not with the sea folk. They just have birds.
And I would
Rats, I bet.
did they have a cat? Did they have cats at all? So I know that a lot of seafarers do have a cat or two on their boat. Not
To
only
keep the rats away, and then you don't have to waste all your Sidar on the rats.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, no, we had, but no, nobody really had. Yeah, we don't. And a lot of that is
We
probably
did see dog. We did hear dogs mentioned in the Two Rivers. Master Luhan had two that Matt covered in flour.
That's right.
So what the hell is Master Luhan doing with dogs?
Yeah,
I mean, so Tam didn't have any. Otherwise, they would have been barking when the Trollocs.
Yes.
And as a person who primarily was a shepherd,
Oh my God.
there should have been.
Right?
They did start
should have had
barking.
dogs.
They did start barking in Emmons Field. Actually, when Rand asked Bran Alvira about the attack, he says, "Oh, the dogs started barking when Lan and Moraine ran out screaming about Trollocs. We thought they had too much wine." And he does mention that the dogs started barking. That's right. He does. Oh, I love this.
Interesting. You never know where this conversation's going to go.
Well, Luce Jr. says that Master Luhan must be a werewolf, and I don't think we can't confirm nor deny that.
No, we can't.
Look, I love when like elite nerds like meet and there's like a little fucking peacocking, and then one guy's like, "Oh, this," and the other guy's like, "Oh, this," and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, you and then you guys embrace as master Wheel of Time nerds. Like I saw this happen. Like you guys both impress each other in this fandom. Like 1 minute,
Love it, man. Dude, I was talking to Dan and his beautiful wife Grace the other day.
Lucky.
And I was realizing that before I met you guys, I didn't even know that there was a Wheel of Time community, and I thought I was the only person in the world who even knew what I knew about it. So meeting all of you and, fellowshipping in such a way for me has always been, for the past 3-4 years, one of the greatest things in my life. I truly, truly believe that. It's been awesome.
Guys,
yeah.
I'm gonna cry in my wine.
Josh, obviously, this is your time to tell us how grateful you are.
Josh,
this is your time, Josh, to like really
gratitude out of me.
make us feel great about.
So funny.
I've enjoyed learning to love the books through reading them.
That's a great way of putting it.
Yeah.
So, Josh, are you going to do a reread?
Not anytime soon, but yes, probably one day.
Okay, what do you want to read before you reread?
Right now, I'm reading all of the Walter Mower's books, the Zamonia books.
Nice.
With my son.
Okay, like
I think
YA.
that's pretty much all I have on the docket. I mean, I don't have anything in particular, but I don't know that I'm ready to go back quite to the Wheel of Time well yet.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
you're gonna start to take some time in between. That's fine.
Yes, yeah.
You know what? I think this is a great time to segue into my new segment. Let's recommend things to Dan that he probably won't ever.
Here, let me take out my notes out.
Oh, I do want to read the book I got that Dan recommended. Actually, S.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's on my shelf. That's in my to read pile at the moment.
Wait, what recommendation? S?
Yeah,
S?
the book by the crazy book with all the inserts and shit.
Yeah. So Ryan, you should get it too.
Oh, for kids, right?
No, by the guy who created Lost and Fringe and Alias.
Okay, shit. All right, yeah.
Michael Crichton.
Not Michael Crichton.
Oh no, the guy who did. Yeah.
I'll tell you his name.
He did Alias.
That's more sci-fi.
J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams. So they have this book that has like all this multimedia stuff and notes in the margin of these two people writing this stuff. Wow. I'll show you.
Yeah. I didn't even know.
I'm writing this down.
Is
it literally the letter S, or is it spelled?
Yeah, the letter S.
Okay, so Josh says S, right?
Yeah, let's see. It has another name too. The Ship of Theseus.
The Ship of Theseus.
Yeah. It's by Doug Dorst and J.J. Adams. A story within a story with all these like crazy inserts and like ephemera that comes inside of it. And the whole book has like a meta conversation, like a tearing down the fourth wall meta conversation, like in the margins by the authors about the novel with the story happening within it. And
that sounds neat.
I'd love to book club that with you guys.
Yeah, I'll read it.
Very like like Ouroboros snake eating its own tail creative kind of project.
And meta, I mean, when you're talking about a story that is a story.
Yeah.
Like this. Yeah. Ouroboros.
All right. So that's a great way to start off this new segment. So Josh, you got a recommendation from Dan and you're like, oh, I'm totally going to read that.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right. So yeah, this is what
Dan, actually, how about you tell us what you like to read? Like what genres, what makes a good book for you?
Primarily I've been reading articles from the Atlantic.
Okay.
I've been reading articles.
I know he's not reading books.
You're a nonfiction reader.
I've been more nonfiction. I've been news opinion stuff like by smart people. Like this phone distracts me so much from reading. I brought a book. I brought The Black Company. So I
about the Iran War has been
brought that book with me. I haven't cracked it. Like
phones are like the enemy of like just taking time away.
Give or take.
They just
Oh
are.
my god!
All right.
I mean, even
All
people
right,
who
so
don't think
real
they
quick,
look, it's
yeah,
crazy.
Yes,
I
man.
want some chat. If you have any advice for Dan, let's hear it. Let's talk it out. Dan's this is a true thing. Like we've talked about this often. I have the same issue. But yeah, like Dan, Dan knows what's up. Like he knows what's going on. And if you want to have a
I'm
current
like
events
John Lennon.
conversation,
I'm like John Lennon. All my art is a cry for help. I'm like, help!
I'll
I
give you a
need some.
recommendation.
I'm saying I'm so tired. I just want to die like that. I'm John Lennon with this stuff, guys.
Go. Can I give you a recommendation then? Let go a little further
Go for
back.
it.
I
Go for it.
started reading something that I found kind of interesting. You're reading things on the Atlantic. Clearly, you're probably talking about some political things. There's a lot going on in the world to distract you. And
Every day,
one thing I've been reading that's made me realize that our time is no different necessarily. I've been reading a book. It's actually a collection of books called Meditations by Marcus Aurelius.
Marcus Aurelius, yeah.
So now you've got the Emperor of Rome, born in 121 AD, writing in the last decade of his life,
BCE.
and you'd marvel at how similar our lives are in certain aspects. He talks about
yes.
getting up in the morning and going, well, today I will meet with the busybody, and he describes the kind of and the people who are just going to suck up to me and bullshit like this, and it's like it was no different then than it is now,
You're
just
still
with
sucky
different
by.
technology around it. He had the same philosophical problems and quandaries, and when you really think about that, it enables you to kind of step back and go, holy shit, how much have we really changed in 2,000 years at the core of it? We're so focused on the little details of what are happening. Maybe take a step back and look at the broader picture.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think
DC, let me write that down because that sounds really interesting. Outside,
Marcus Aurelius
all right,
meditation.
so
Yep.
one of my beliefs
interesting.
about modern man
I
is
agree. DC.
we've been blessed with this prefrontal cortex, which allows us emotional lives, and
Mhm.
we cannot handle this shit. And
Mhm.
it's the thing that allows us to transcend in a lot of ways, but it's also the thing that undermines a lot of people. And it's just this ability to think about thinking. This is new. This is the only human thing that is different than animals in a lot of ways. So that's not
right,
fact. This
right,
is
and in
opinion.
fact, Ryan, because of that, what I actually did a little reading. It was at Kierkegaard who was talking about suffering, how humans are our main designation is to endure suffering, and this is I think this was
Yeah, I mean, he's the father of existentialism because of those quotes.
and part of that is because of our emotional burden, because of our consciousness. Like these things are weights upon us.
Yeah.
Well, and I think
And
that's why I started reading things like Marcus Aurelius and stuff like that. And then what I found from reading him too is things like also reading some Socrates. And it all comes down to, I think, the most important study, which is know thyself. It comes up in every philosophical writer in history, is that if your first thing to understand the world around you, you must first know yourself. And it is the most important study.
But then we have consciousness isn't even ours philosophy, and consciousness is
Sure.
outside of us. I mean, the more you think about it, the more it's impossible to know ourselves in certain philosophical ways. But it's I think therefore I am sort of things. It doesn't matter if you get the answer. It's a matter that you are aware of your own consciousness.
I'm not sure if it's impossible to know yourself. I think it's very difficult. And I think that's why people strive so hard to do it. But I think the more you attempt to do so, the better and more happier and more at peace you'll be in your life, because you realize that what takes place in here is what matters most in your own universe. Everything else is external. And it can be very powerful, but your own happiness.
So one of the essays that we talked about in this book, and I don't have the book with me, but one of the essays talked about how self is actually a reflection of everything around you. There is no self. It is all input as opposed to internally.
That was a chapter I was on. I think we discussed that.
So-
Yeah,
So then along those lines, I mean, aren't those two thoughts
I
contradictory?
disagreed with that in the essay, though. So,
Okay.
to be clear,
Okay.
I think it's true. I think, in the sense, I think what he was arguing is that we're all very influenced by external situations. For example, right now, I'm obviously, very against slavery. But if I was born in the 1800s to a wealthy plantation owner, I probably wouldn't be. It's not something about me that makes it different. It's that I'm born in this era and I'm exposed to different ideas. And we are definitely a product of our environments. That's no question. So in that extent, that's very, very, very true. I'm not sure that's quite the same thing philosophically as like knowing or like that entirely defines who you are. Even in those moments, you have the chance to make change, and many people in history have made dramatic change and good change or bad change, and that's what makes you who you are. And you must know yourself to, and more generally, you philosophize on what's important to you, and specifically in the realm of trying to be better, you'll probably come out better and happier with yourself in your life.
Like live with intention, which I think is like
intention to
rare.
improve.
So I think this is
good.
relative or related. This is, as String Flame says, we are language models, articulating our experiences and enjoying the suffering of life while making stories about it and trying to gain control of the story.
It's such an interesting line there.
Such an interesting.
They say enjoying the suffering of life is a really neat way to put that.
Yeah. No, String Flame is great. I would like to ask String Flame, like, well, how would you like have followed the if you were we are ... and this is 10 years ago and there's no language models, what was your answer then? And did it change because of new data or right? Like, so I just want to put that out there.
I think a lot of people do enjoy the suffering of life too. I think there are always certain people who just need drama in their life to just feel like they're alive at all. They need pain.
Well, I mean,
I know all of them.
Jansen sees them on a daily basis.
Yeah, I think I know every single one of those people.
No, but that's the trauma brain. That's the trauma brain.
So who in the Wheel of Time would we say enjoys the suffering of life? There's definitely some people that I can think of. That
besides Pat and Fane.
Yeah. But not necessarily
Nynaeve.
Specifically who in the light. There are people who. Yeah.
Nynaeve complains about things that she doesn't even know she's going to complain about.
Yeah, I'm not sure she enjoys it.
Usually she's wrong about them.
I think most of the nobles need this amount of drama going on. These nosy nobles nodding knowingly at everything around them and just
yeah.
I think Fail needs a little bit of chaos around her to function well as well.
Yeah.
She mentions how numerous times how she's planning a certain fight with Perrin.
Absolutely. Fael's a perfect example.
She mentions it. Maybe I'm going to start a fight.
May might be the only one who doesn't entirely.
I mean, Fael's like just that's how she gets off. Like she's super horny, and she needs that. And she's like, hey, like she's got agency. She gets it what she wants, but like she loves the makeup sex. That's her whole thing.
Yeah,
it's her whole thing.
She's a little bit of a pain in the ass sometimes.
I don't know how else to answer that question. That's weird. I don't know. Can you think of an example? You said you have some examples. DT.
Me?
Yeah, the original question of like who enjoys.
Fael was the perfect example. I can't think of a better one than Fael, but I meant specifically on the light, like because I don't think evil's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't mean because people who are evil are on the dark. They're looking to do bad things. That's not what I mean. I mean, I knew a girl, for example, who she would cause shit just so she has something going on in her life, And anytime anything started going smooth, it was boring to her, so she'd cause shit to make something blow up. Like that kind of attitude in life. When I see what String Flame there said, I found that the wording of that really interesting. Enjoying the suffering of life is a really interesting way to word that, and I think it's really relevant. I think a lot of people do that, and Jordan probably put a lot of people in there. But also,
there are people who have addictions to trauma and addictions. Like we get a dopamine hit, when we're faced with trauma or with challenge or with fighting.
Yeah.
Right. So you can literally get addicted to that fight or flight response that happens when your your nervous system gets triggered in a certain way.
Yeah.
But I would actually like to push back against know thyself as a philosophy, because it implies that humans are now.
Oh shit!
And I think, as I've said numerous times on the show, I think that humans are actually agents of change, both within ourselves and within the world. Yes. And knowing thyself implies that there is a self to know, first off, which I would disagree with from a Buddhist perspective. And secondarily, that we are actually constantly changing. Difference rather than identity is the core thing that makes us who we are, not identity. And so, well, I agree with you that know thyself it's a good challenge to have. That I don't like.
But I think you're thinking of know thyself as like I was born some static way.
Right.
When I think about know thyself, it's more know who I want to be and work towards achieving that. And you need to know who you want to be. I think that's
slightly different than what Socrates means when he says it.
It is. It is.
That's a more postmodern view of it.
100%. But I think it's all like.
Okay, then we are in agreement, DT. I'm not.
No, internally is what I mean. Like actually thinking about these things is important. Who you want to be. You're right. It's not I agree.
Yeah. So Josh, if you don't know yourself,
I don't necessarily buy into it either.
You don't want to just be changing and then for change's sake. Like you want to be changing with intention.
And honestly,
with a purpose.
I had never encountered a lived philosophy of like postmodernism until I read till I read Your Mom. Yes. No, till I read Reading in Captivity. And then I was like,
by who?
Reading in Captivity.
Yeah, Reading in Captivity. Esther Perel. It's like a book about postmodern philosophy and relationship and polyamory, and it's a fascinating text. Anyone who's fascinated by continental philosophy and like Deleuze and Derrida should read it. I think she's
I'm sorry. What is real quick? Continental philosophy.
Continental philosophy. So philosophy of difference instead of identity, like the stuff I'm talking about.
Okay. So
not analytic philosophy or like Greek philosophy, but like the philosophy of change and looking at deconstruction. It's a slightly different approach than like.
Is it based on individualistic choices? Is that
not necessarily, because Marxism is a big part of continental philosophy. So there are aspects of it.
Do you get like orange juice and at least like a bagel? You get.
Yeah, nothing hot though, Ryan.
Nothing hot. But I mean, again, and just to say one more comment about the suffering thing. I mean, the whole idea of Buddhism, right, is that life is suffering, right? And the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path are ways that teach us, they're reproducible tools that are verifiable within your own daily life for each person individually to find ways to reduce suffering and lessen our attachment to permanency, our attachment to the foreverness of things, our attachment to all the things that lead us to suffer, because we have a sense of self and identity that is not in alignment with reality.
True.
So there's a lot of really interesting aspects to String Flame's comment, I think, and definitely there's lots of different ways that we can spin living healthily within, the world of change and transformation that we live in every day.
So Marcus Aurelius is stoic as it gets, right?
Absolutely, yeah, he's super
suffering and dealing with it is it's just something you got to do.
Yeah.
So how do you reconcile having a philosophy of difference within a collective, like a Marxist mentality,
like a sense of identity?
So to me, it sounds like it's more like advertising.
So it's Marxism is about the process. The way that they leverage Marxism is more about the process, and they reject Marxism in general, but they adopt aspects of it, right? Where like it's called like the body without organs or desiring machine. So you have like an input and an output, and in between there's a machine, and that's what the machinery of capitalism is. And so they borrow that notion and use it throughout psychology, throughout philosophy. So it's less about
nebulous
social identity than it is about the means of producing capital.
Okay, by manipulating those subdivisions,
inputs and outputs, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
Good question, though, Dan. Less about the social aspects of it and more about the economic aspects of it. But I would like to recommend a podcast for you, Dan, if I haven't already. Since you like to doom scroll on your phone, you can have your earplugs in while you're doing it.
Now you're talking my language.
So there's two of them. One is called The Fall of Civilizations. Each one is about 2 to 5 hours long, so they're quite long form. They're by Paul Cooper, who's a British historian and historical fiction author, and they're very high production value. So they have like music from the time, but each of them focuses on the collapse of a civilization from 5000 BCE to present day, and their comparative history in the terms of like trying to understand what caused the collapse of civilization in that time, and to give us lessons of what to look for and how to orient ourselves within our present day. They're fucking amazing. It's like I've never listened to a podcast that is as high production value as this. Wow. And has this high philosophical content. And they're just very, very well done. And there's a lot of them. There's 26 of them now, and they come out like once every couple of months.
They're all 5 hours long?
They're 26. All two to 5 hours long.
So this is a series? Or the name of the podcast?
There's 20 of them. So Persia.
I will listen to this for sure.
There's very, very.
It's that one?
Yep, that's the one.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I've listened to a couple of these. I listened to the Future, I listened to Baggin City of Temples.
Okay, cool. I feel like I've recommended it to you before. But they're very good. And then the other thing I've been really enjoying lately.
Wait, stop.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up. What's it called?
All of Civilizations.
All right.
And then going along with what DT said in terms of like recognizing how we aren't that different from people of the past. This does that, but so does the show called The Ancients, which I've been really enjoying.
That's a really good show.
You like that too?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, Paul. So good.
What's that? A show? Like a podcast show?
No, it's a podcast also by Tristan Hughes. It's called The Ancients. It's on what is the name of this group? History Hit.
Okay, so they have 20 of these.
And it does exactly what you're talking about in terms of reading Marcus Aurelius. Like they go really into depth about showing like the parallels with modern humans and the past, and they go all over the place from dinosaurs to archaeology to
these are great
things. Yeah, it highly recommend. Good listens for like when you're on a plane or whatever.
I'm going to enjoy these. These are all up my alley.
Real quick, DT, do you want to respond to this comment that's on the screen right now?
Oh, sorry. Jesus. Nope.
Right, so I know. So all right. So DT looks so serious that man could find a guy's bodies possessive just by smelling his underwear. All right, so like,
Thanks.
I love the word. I love the use of man. Like, just like I guess all of man.
Just in general, man.
Yeah, just man.
Mankind, humankind.
Bodies. So what is plural and what is possessive?
I don't know what it means, but I have resting serious face. Sorry. I've had people be like, "Are you in a bad mood?" I'm like, "No, it's just my face. I'm in a really good
mood." Here. He came in hot. He said the first comment he says 5 gay guys on live talking about the truth, and then he said, "Ryan, don't laugh," which made me laugh. And I was
is that a friend of yours, Ryan?
What?
Was that a friend of
Slugger?
yours?
The Sluggins? Yeah. No, I buy fucking weed off them.
Sluggins.
Yeah,
Sluggins.
Sluggins.
Oh, okay. The Ancients. I'm definitely going to listen to this podcast too. Love it.
Anyhow, those are my quote book recommendations for you, Dan, that aren't actually books.
All right.
I appreciate it.
DT, do you have a recommendation? Could be a movie, show, book that you want to recommend to Dan that he probably won't.
Not right now. I think these are good recommendations. I think you should just take these on first.
All right.
I'll give them some other ones another time.
Yeah, damn it. Just yes.
These are great. These are great. I'm going to dive into them. Those are great
All right,
recommendations.
so Dan, Joe Abercrombie, The First Law series. I'm on book 2.
Nice.
Wow. There's only 3 books. You're good. It's a trilogy.
Why are you reading? See, I don't read unless it's for content now, Ryan. You know this.
I know. So this is actually let's put this out to chat. Like, Dan won't read a new book unless we actually do shows about him reading the book.
I need a deadline.
Yeah, he promises he's gonna vlog.
I need a commitment and a deadline. I can't just say I'll do it. I won't.
Because you won't.
All right, so yeah, like what series should we make Dan read? So we can...
I think we should read that J.J. Abrams book.
That's
all right.
What's the J.J. Abrams?
Let's not make.
What we were talking about.
Okay. Yep.
What series?
Hi, Brandon and Grace. 5528.
Hi.
What's up? Are you guys both there, or is it just one? I assumed it's both. If you have 2 names, you never watch YouTube alone. You have to be next to each other, looking at the same screen.
Never.
That's the rules of YouTube. You'll get canceled. Just Grace. All right. So, all right. Get Brandon. Bring him on.
Right, come on.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, you're cool and all, Grace, but Brandon's kind of the coolest, right? That's why you're with him.
All right, so yeah, normally we're puppets, and normally Dan's living in Michigan.
Yeah.
Right now, Jan's in Hollywood with Jansen the
Lucky
Cleaner,
man.
who is a Hollywood actor. So this is a fun, like, what are we doing? We don't know. It's fun. We're having fun.
Oh
What
my
about
God.
you, Jansen? You got any recommendations for Dan?
While you guys were talking, I would ask myself, who's my most hated Wheel of Time character right now, as of today?
As of today?
Because that changes pretty regularly.
It changes all the time. You know who I don't like right now? Gareth Brand.
Okay.
Now, this is a little controversial because I actually really listening to the texts about when him and Tom Maryland actually met each other in Saladar.
Uh-huh.
We are alone.
Gareth Brand admitted to Tom that everything that he did to Tom was all over getting more gays, taking her from him.
Right.
Yeah.
He said to him that when you're younger, young men do strange things for women. And everything he did was out of jealousy.
Interesting.
Everything. And
well, let's also talk about his treatment as Swan, right?
Well, again, plot armor. I mean,
well, all of his, what I'm saying, every single motivation that Gareth Brand had in the entire books,
yeah,
it's over a woman.
Okay. Morghese, Elaine, Swan.
Yep.
Okay.
Everything.
Yep.
Do you think there's a little bit of Robert Jordan encoded in there?
Well, everything. He even died for her. Every single thing. From the moment he met Swan Sanche, his entire life was dedicated to her.
Yeah.
He's like, that's my new aim, my new goal, my new identity. Yeah. You're not wrong.
Let me ask about their prophecy. So it's like, you need to stick together or you're going to die.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't stick together and they died.
Because he didn't know about it. If Gareth Brand would have known about Min's prophecy, he would have never let Swan leave him.
Would they have Lost.
But
Maybe.
didn't Swan like save the heroes because she
Swan
left
saved
him?
Matt, but there's nothing that says that if Gareth Bryn wasn't there, that they
Wait,
would.
so remind me, so they leave each other at the wall when they try
No, they left
to
each
get
other
in?
because Egwene basically made the decision to break them up. She said, Swan, you go with them, you go find Gowan. Because Gareth Bryn went to go find Gowan when he disappeared, and there was nothing else he could do because he had already been taken over by Grendel
By
and
Grendel,
felt
right?
useless. So
This
he
was
went to
during the
go.
last battle. You're thinking about during the last battle.
Yes.
Okay,
And she
okay.
said, Swan, go with them. And then Swan said to Egwene, is that where you need me?
But didn't okay, so hang on. So what about when Swan like who catches the dart, the poison dart outside of the White Tower that was prophesied?
It wasn't it was not a dart. It was a little pin by one of the
Poison pin. I mean, that's a
black-
dart, isn't it?
Well, it was
It was like in a
it
seat.
was by one of the Black Knives.
By the
from
black,
Cemetery.
yeah.
And he put it in his neck. It was a
Uh-huh.
little thing in his neck, and
Yeah.
she delved him and found it.
Okay.
And she said, "Oh, the girl was right," but then Min told her that wasn't it.
That wasn't it.
I
Okay.
still see the aura around you, and then she.
Yeah, I forgot the detail of that not being the one. Okay. But one could imagine how that could also happen, that like one's memory could get overridden in the heat of the moment as the literal world is resting on your shoulders, essentially.
True, but Swan never told Gareth Bryn about that.
So she never wanted to burden him with that.
Yeah, but Swan's nature was always to hide secrets from everybody.
Yeah, she was a blue.
And that is ultimately what killed her. And
Right.
she died just like her favorite uncle died, bringing people out of a burning house.
The one who Matt reminded her of.
Yep, the one that reminded her of Matt.
I mean, that's kind of poetic.
Yeah. Yeah. She was, I think Swan was definitely one of the heroes. I mean, it's crazy. If you look at the criteria of what it takes to become a hero of the Horn,
Mm-hmm.
the entire cast, pretty much did it. I mean, we have Nynaeve alone. I mean, God, we have the great healer in Nynaeve. We have, Matt, obviously. Rogash Eagle Eye told Matt to his face, "You've done enough to be one of us." That's why I had the sneaky suspicion that Matt already was a hero of the Horn.
You would think, yeah. Many of the people he remembers certainly probably were.
Well, and also, if you remember, Matt had memories before anybody else. He even mentions in, what is that? Fires of Heaven, he mentions to himself in one of his POVs, some of those memories he had before he went through any doorway. He says that to himself. So it's like, where did all those come from? He was the only one who was actually spitting real, old tongue pre any of those crazy things that happened to them that changed their lives. So Matt was a different kind of Tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which does anybody
Right. Everyone
understand
go around
why
and
that
say at
is?
this moment what their least favorite character is in the series.
Okay. Ooh, interesting.
All-time least favorite character.
Well, no, up today, because we all know that they change.
Yeah, so I said mine. I want to hear what you guys have to say.
Like including the show or not including the show?
In the books.
In the books. All right.
I'm leaning right now towards Elaine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
that's a good one.
What about you, DT?
I would have said that. I would have said Fail for a long time, but I don't know. Least favorite. I have a hard time categorizing a least favorite. I'm pretty positive. I tend to like a lot of them.
You
but-
tend to like them all. Okay.
Well, for
you
the
didn't
most
say
part.
the one you hate the most. We said your least favorite.
Like I
Yeah,
would have
right
gone with
now-
Elaine before Dan said it, but now I feel
Yeah.
like a jerk.
No.
Because Elaine
Don't
pisses
say
me
Oh
off.
yeah, we can like pile on and
Elaine
dog pile.
sucks.
Pile on.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Elaine then, because there's a lot of things I dislike about Elaine. So.
Yes.
All
For
right.
me, it's probably Egwene.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Even
Oh,
though she is ultimately the heroine of the fucking whole series.
I
I didn't
understand.
like Egwene in the
I
first 5
understand
books,
that.
but I liked her
understand
later.
that.
Yeah, there's a lot to dislike too, but
Sorry,
and
Ryan.
then
Go ahead.
more than
no,
that.
no. For me, it's shit. I forgot. Oh my god. Okay. Damn it. I'll get back to you.
It's
Let
Kin
me let
Torval.
me let me
Kin Torval. I
piggyback
hate
off
that
of the
guy.
Elaine thing. So if Elaine was cooler to Gowan,
Yeah.
would Gowan
Have not sucked.
have not sucked? Was him sucking kind of because she neglected
Hmm.
that aspect of her life that
No,
she was
they
like
took
intimate?
everything from him. They were
That's
never
your sister. It's not the mom.
Yeah, but I mean that's the thing that they gave Gowan and Galad. I mean, I understand why you don't tell Galad half the shit you wanted because he'll bust on you. But because there are some things Egwene was right about. Sometimes you do have to lie about certain shit, especially when the Dark One's involved. And Gowan was supposed to be like Egwene's right hand man, her first prince of the sword, the one that she grew up, the one that she said she loved so much.
Uh-huh.
And she kept every single important thing from him.
The dude was a victim of misinformation. Both the boys were.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
do you think he
Galad
would have
wanted to
not
kill Rand
fallen?
forever.
Do
Yeah,
you
go
think
on.
he would have not been duped if she had been honest with him, even in him busting on her? Like, maybe it was that
Or
she
busting
wasn't
in
smart
her.
enough to take the bus to like show that she would hold her own because of her beliefs through being busted over and over again by him betraying her until he didn't anymore because he learned to trust her judgment.
He was a man that was committed to serving much more powerful women. He was at first committed
Okay.
to the first sword
Okay.
for the queen, and then he was the warder and lover of the Emerald Sea.
Maryland seat, right? Yeah, that's true.
This was someone who should have been managed a little bit better
He wasn't
because
very
he
good
had
at
a
it.
huge skill set. He had a huge responsibility, and he was just like kind of there
Left
was
to his
no
own
real direction
devices.
for this guy, and he wanted to help. He was seeing people dying, people he knew dying. He's like, I can, if I just take one of these rings and put it on, I can.
He showed major stupidity.
He
Yeah.
showed hubris. He showed his stupidity. I'll give you that.
Him
I wouldn't
dying.
say it's major. If he had won, if he had beat that battle,
Mondred. Yeah.
like the war's over. As far as like the lightest, as far as they're concerned,
Yeah.
he's like, I'm the only one that can do this.
Sure.
I'm going to sacrifice. And so we're stoked with Land. He did the same fucking thing, but he wasn't. He was only
was
linked to
Gowan.
Nynaeve
But he
or whatever.
won. Yeah.
But
He
he
could
won.
very well have lost. Yeah, absolutely.
Would Lan have
Yeah.
won if he would have had on the reins?
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
Dan.
Hell
Well, absolutely, of course. Oh, that's a great question. My heart says yes, but Dan, like the issue with Gawain doing it is that he's fucking linked to the Amerlin, who's leading the
That's the
battle.
whole thing.
Yeah.
For him to die, wait.
Lan is linked to Nynaeve, who is the main bodyguard of Land.
That's a good
That's true.
point too. She's
That's a good point.
all right, Dan.
That's a good point.
That's a good
They're
point.
both powerful women that they're in charge of. And so,
Touche.
but like,
I
yeah,
thought
no.
like Matrix.
so imagine if Land had lost and Nynaeve suddenly flips out and Moraine may even flip out. There may be some residual shit there. We don't know.
Nothing would have happened because they wouldn't have been able to take the flow away from Rand.
But the bond still existed. It would have affected. She would have felt it.
Yeah, that's true.
And perhaps I'm postulating that Moraine could have maybe felt it because she was bonded to him for 30 years. We don't know what it's like.
We don't know what
release
consequences
a
might happen.
bond.
She's bonded to Tom.
We don't. But
And Lion couldn't
we
have
don't know
known
what it's like
either.
to
He
release
could
a bond to someone who's living.
Well, you can release it because Alana released it Rand at the very end.
and we don't
All
know.
right, so
We don't know if she
so
can
here's
still
the
feel.
question. So here's the question. How about no one takes on Damager like that, and he just continues to do what he did?
He would have. He would
You know,
have. He would have wiped everybody out. They gave everyone else. They gave Matt enough time to squeeze through and win because they were distracting him so much. And it wasn't just those two; it was also Logain as well.
Yeah.
Logain did it, and not even just them. Andrew also. Andrew and
I know. So yeah. So I mean, like,
Right.
so, no. I mean, so this is the question. Like, did Godwin have to die?
no.
No.
Right?
But
Like,
he
if he
did.
did, if he said, if he's like, okay, the wise thing is to stay with Egwin. He does that. Maybe. What if Egwin fucking lived? Like, I mean,
So
like,
what is it that? So what is
No,
it that
but
Egg
you're
sees
forgetting
in-
one thing, though. You guys are forgetting one thing. The moment
I never forget.
Demon, the moment Demon Dread
Like
came
9/11.
as Bow the Willed, the moment that Gowan and Egwene were trapped on the other side of behind enemy lines, Gowan used that first ring. He had already started ticking his death. He had already started the countdown when
Yeah,
that happened.
yeah. He was going to die anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was like, so that's what I'm saying. He knew, he didn't even say anything about it. And
Is that
like,
what
that's
made
what
him
Yeah,
brave
but I mean,
enough?
like, he could have been healed. I mean, like, if he like was smart and be
Maybe.
like, hey, you're an Aes
maybe
Sedai,
it might have been
follow
know.
me, hide behind this fucking thing,
Yeah, I mean,
and if
maybe
I
he could
die,
be right because the Sean Chin didn't know healing until they
Right.
came to the other side.
They
of the
certainly
Mars.
didn't have Nynaeve.
Yeah, it's true.
Plus, the Sean Shin were like voodoo weirdos, and they're like, "Oh, you're wearing that ring, you're gonna die." And he's like, "Okay, why? Because you saw a raven chase an owl, you dummy."
Yeah.
You big dunny.
You
You
can't
dummy.
trust. You can't trust the Sean Shin.
you dummy.
You dummy.
Ravens chasing owls. Everybody knows.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. So okay. So my least favorite character this second or probably third reread is Parent.
Perrin was I feel like I always felt like Perrin got like left behind by Jordan, or he didn't know what to do with him. And Sanderson came along and figured out how to use Teller and Rio to make Perrin a badass again at the end and redeemed him. But he was so disappointing for so long because you're like, you are I remember reading the first
Robert
3 or 4
Jordan
books thinking
put
Wolf Brother, and then being like, well, Wolf Brothers.
Robert Jordan
like,
put Aaron in the middle of Barrelane and Fail, which basically was a destined to fail situation.
No one wants to hang out with that guy.
It was dumb, and I'll say that what we call the slog, it was Robert Jordan dealing with female character point of view dramas, right? So he had Elaine trying to deal with her as trying to get her high lords. We had Egwin trying to get the respect of the towers and stuff, and we had the whole Fael being kidnapped and Perrin being just tying knots angrily over this whole thing. And so when we talk about slog, to me it's those three storylines that just slow everything down.
Yeah. No, and like if there's payoff later,
what do you think?
Then like that would have made sense if like the house that won somehow turned the tide of battle. None of that was relevant. All that shit was irrelevant.
There's some payoff at the end.
Like I think that
I just spilled a beer.
I think Robert Jordan really was trying to work really hard on Fael's maturation process, how she was growing too. He made everyone grow, and he really wanted to make everyone see Fael as being more from the Two Rivers than even from Saldaea. They wanted to make her a Two Rivers woman.
I love that point, and I think she was, and like I love Fael. Like Fael's not my least favorite character.
Oh no, but the kidnapping plot line. is where slog happens.
No,
It's all
yeah.
character building, but it's not plot building.
See, one of the aspects of Piran that I did like, I like how he went home. And this is because I'm an actor, not because this could be made so beautifully on a show. If I get my true goal in life and I can actually produce a real Wheel of Time like thing, it'd be
Let's
great.
do it.
The way that when Piran went home, if you notice, all of the guys that started working with him, and from Master Alcine's farm on to Ban with his nose to his Will Alcine, and to Daniel, all those three became his superior officers, and I liked how Perrin brought home with him. I thought that read well. I think that I like Perrin. I don't like Perrin and Fight.
Yeah. And I didn't like the barrel lane thing as well. Like it was more.
I like Perrin and Gull.
Love
Like
Perrin and
Perrin
Gull.
Yeah.
That's
Perrin
like
and Elias, Perrin and Hopper.
Which I think actually is the greatest thing that they missed. Is I honestly think at the end, just one sentence where Gaul opened his eyes and they were gold.
oh, that'd been sick.
I believe so
That
much.
would've been sick.
I believe that he earned respect more than he called them brothers in his own POV at the end. And I thought that if anybody should have been transformed into a wolf brother, it should have definitely been him.
Well, they do say the wolves find you, not the other way around.
Exactly.
So that kind of fit. Yeah.
Oh shit, that's so cool. Oh my god. All right. That's amazing.
Guys, I gotta jet out. I gotta check out.
No, as I was saying, I'm wrapping up. How did
Okay,
DT? You know, you run shows.
I'll let
I
you
run
wrap up
shows.
then. I'll stick around for the wrap up.
We were like converging. That was very.
So guys, watch McLaren each Sunday, Saturday.
I don't care about McLaren. I just like F1. Cheer for whatever team's doing fun things.
Watch Gran Turismo, man. It's a really good movie, and Rand's in it.
And Rand's in it. I definitely will. I definitely will.
Yeah, he's in it.
See that.
He drives the gold McLaren.
Oh, fuck. Wild. Definitely gonna watch that.
That's awesome.
All right.
Brought it full
guys,
circle.
next week we'll probably pick up where we left off with the Read React series on the
15.
But until then, guys, you all know the drill. Run for your lives. This is the way to leave.
Your stamp, San. Where is it?
That's funny, bro.